Hi children, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to see the tale of the dragon, tale of Custard the dragon, part 2. This is the line by line explanation with meanings of all the difficult words and all the poetic devices. The poem is The Tale of Custard the Dragon, part 2, written by Ogden Nash. This is for class 10th. If you have any more words that are difficult or any other difficulty, you can always connect with me in the comment section. And if you like the video, then please consider subscribing to the channel, because you will get many more videos like this, which will be very useful for you during the exam. So first we are going to do a short recap of what we did in part 1. So basically Belinda has 4 pets: Ink, Blink, Mustard and Custard. Custard is the dragon. Now all the 3 of them, Ink, Blink and Mustard, they used to keep boasting about how brave they are. But Custard the dragon, ironically, was always asking for protection. He felt safe only in a cage. So this was made fun of by all the others, including Belinda. They laughed at him and they asked him his age and all that. You can see the line by line explanation of the poem up to this stage, and I have given you the link below. Now we are going to do from stanza 6. Belinda giggled till she shook the house, and Blink said, "Weak," which is giggling for a mouse. Ink and Mustard rudely asked his age, when Custard cried for a nice safe cage. Now Belinda, she kept on laughing so much because the dragon was such a coward. And Blink also, he said weak. It's just a sound made by the mouse. And he giggled. Giggled means he just shook with laughter. Ink and Mustard rudely asked his age. They asked his age because they asked him, "You are so big, but still you are very scared." When Custard cried for a nice safe cage, Custard felt safe only in a safe cage. And that is why he asked for a safe cage. Now the difficult words, giggle means slight laughter, but with the shaking of the body. Weak, that's a sound made by the mouse. Rudely means you're not talking in a polite manner, but you're talking in a bad manner. Now we go to the poetic device. Weak. Now weak is said by Blink, and it is onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia is the actual sound. The word makes the actual sound that is made by the person or the thing. Custard cried for a nice safe cage. If you remember, this keeps on coming. This line keeps on coming, and that is why it is a repetition or a refrain. Now we move on to stanza 7. Suddenly they heard a nasty sound, and Mustard growled, and they all looked around. "Mewch," cried Ink, and "Oh," cried Belinda, for there was a pirate climbing in the window. Now, suddenly, while they were all laughing and they were having a nice time, suddenly, they means all the inhabitants, Melinda with all her 4 pets, they heard a nasty sound. Nasty means a very bad, unpleasant sound. And Mustard growled. Usually it is the dog who detects first. And so he growled. He alerted everybody, and they all looked around. "Mewch," cried Ink, and "Oh," cried Belinda. Mewch is a sound made by Ink. And there was a pirate climbing in the window. Window is the window. They all saw the pirate climbing up the window. Now the difficult words, nasty. Nasty means unpleasant or bad. Growl. Growl is the sound, harsh, very low sound made by the dogs when they are scared or when they are angry. The poetic device. The poetic device is mewch. That is the sound made by the word itself. and that is onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia means the word itself makes the sound. And winda, we have done before, it is the poetic license. This word is actually window, and this is changed to winda to suit and rhyme with Belinda. So this is called poetic device. Now we shall moving on to stanza number 8. Stanza number 8 tells you about the description of the pirate. So we see that the pirate, pistol in the left hand, pistol in his right, and he held in his teeth a cut glass bright. His beard was black, one leg was wood. It was clear that the pirate meant no good. It was just a description of the pirate. Now, he had a pistol in both the hands. He held a cut glass between his teeth. What is a cut glass? It is an unpolished glass, so it becomes very, very rough and sharp. His beard was black. One leg was wood. It was clear that the pirate had come only to harm these people. He did not mean any good for them. Now, the difficult words pistol, you know, it's a small gun or it's a revolver or a handgun. And cut glass, I already told you, it's an unpolished glass piece. Let's go to the poetic device. Pistol, pistol. So this is refrain or repetition. He, look at this, he held H, his H. So he held his. It is alliteration. What is alliteration? Alliteration is when two or more words in the line start with the same letter. Here it is the letter H. His beard was black. One leg was wood. So here you will find B and B. Here it is B for beard and B for black. Both are starting with the same letter B, and that is why it is alliteration. Now let's move on to the next para now. This is Belinda paled and she cried, help, help. But Mustard, when she wanted help, Mustard fled with a terrified yelp. Ink trickled down to the bottom of the household and the little mouse blinked, strategically mousehold. Now when actually she became colorless, she was very, very scared. That is why the color left off her face and she kept crying up for help. But when she wanted help, what did the others do? They just ran away for their own safety. Mustard fled. Look at the dog. He fled with a terrified yelp. Yelp is a sound. Ink trickled down to the bottom of the household. He slowly went away and the little mouse blinked, strategically mousehold. Mousehold means he just went to the hole that is made by the mouse in which no other big creature can enter. So he also ran for safety. Now you see, when the actual problem came, all the three, Ink, Bink and Mustard, they all ran away, leaving Belinda. Difficult words. Pale, to become colorless due to fear. Terrified. Terrified is very scared. Trickled. Trickled means to quietly run away without anybody's knowledge to go away. Strategically means planned way. He also planned that way. He had a hole which was very tiny, and with great plan he ran away for safety. Now poetic device. Help, help. There are 2 times it is being said, so that is why this is a refrain or repetition. And terrified yelp. Now yelp is the shout. Is the shout scared? No, it is Mustard who is scared. So the emotion of Mustard is transferred to yelp, and that is why it is called a transferred epithet. Now let's move to the next slide. Moving on to the 10th stanza. But up jumped Custard, snorting like an engine, clashed his tail like irons in a dungeon. With a clatter and a clank and a jangling squirm, he went at the pirate like a robin at the worm. But Custard was not like the others. He did not run away. When the actual problem came, he came right in front, Snorting means he made a big noise with his nose, and there were fumes in his nose like an engine. So this snorting is compared to an engine. Clashed his tails like the irons in a dungeon. We had already described that his tail was full of scales and it was very, very hard. So when he hit it against the floor, it made a big sound like iron in a dungeon. Dungeon is an ill-ventilated dark room with a clatter and a clank and a jangling squirm. Now all these are sounds that were made when he got angry and he got ready to attack the pirate. He went at the pirate like a robin at a worm. And now you see he just charged on to attack the pirate. So when the others left Belinda, Dragon, who was always asking for protection, he was the one who saved her. Difficult word. Snorting. I told you snorting is a loud sound which is made through the nose. Clashed. Clashed is the hitting of an object. It makes a sound. All this clatter, clang, jangling, all these are sounds made by hard objects when they hit a hard surface. He went at the pirate. He went charging at the pirate like a robin. Robin actually is a bird. Early in the morning, if you see, the robins and other birds are quickly going to catch the worm. If the worm is trying to escape, they don't leave it. They go quickly charging after it. So Custard the dragon went that way at the pirate. Difficult word, snorting. I told you it's a loud noise made by the nose. Clashed, clatter, clang. All of these are sounds of hard objects hitting another hard surface. Jangling is also a similar kind of a sound. Dungeon is a small unventilated room. Now the poetic device. Snorting like an engine. The snorting is compared to the working of an engine with the word like, and that is why it is a simile. Now, clashed his tail like irons in a dungeon. Now, the clashing of the tail is compared to the irons that hit the dungeon with the word like, and that is why this also is a simile. Clatter, clang, jangling, they are all sounds made, and the words are similar to the sounds, and that is why it is an onomatopoeia. He went at the pirate like a robin at a worm. How did he go at the pirate? It is compared to how the robin goes at a worm with the word like, and that is why it is a simile. Moving on to the 11th stanza. The pirate gaped at Belinda's dragon and gulped some grog from his pocket flagon. He fired 2 bullets, but they didn't hit, and Custard gobbled him every bit. Now, the pirate did not expect that Belinda would have a dragon who would come charging at him. He thought that he would harm the people and he would take away whatever is there. So, he became nervous, and so he gulped. He swallowed some grog. Grog is a drink. So, he immediately took out a container from his pocket and he had the drink. He fired 2 bullets, but they did not hit the dragon. And so Custard gobbled him every bit. Gobbled is swallowed completely in one gulp. So gaped, stared with open mouth, gulped, swallowed. Grog, a drink usually taken by sailors. Flagon is the container in which the drink is served, is usually a metal container. And gobble, swallowed whole. Now, gulp and gobble, there is a difference. Gulp is to swallow, but completely swallowing the whole thing in one gulp is gobbled. Poetic device, gulped, G, goggle, grog, G. So, this is alliteration. The rest of it, we will be doing, children, in our next video. Thanks very much for watching my video.